My mother reported my boyfriend to the police for being too involved in charities, and now he's gone. A little background on how I met the love of my life. Last Christmas, a list at the restaurant where I work got passed around. It was a list of Christmas presents for kids at an orphanage. I was heartbroken that none of the kids asked for toys. It was all shoes, blankets, and clothes. Kids wanted just the bare necessities. Then I found out that it was a regular customer who comes into our restaurant who brought the list for us to donate gifts. All the girls I work with gush over him. He's really hot and has a huge heart and volunteers for kids' charities locally. All the girls crush on him, so I thought there was no chance. Then he asked me out to lunch a few months ago, and we've been going out since March. I knew that he has an ex that is a single mother. Her daughter is 4. I spend the night at my boyfriend's all the time, and I noticed that the little girl calls him a lot. I used to think that it was such a good sign that he cares so much about helping kids who aren't even related to him. I thought he was so unique that way. I could see signs of him being a great dad, but he spends a lot of money on his ex's daughter. When anybody brings up her name, he turns into mush. I'm not sure if he's still emotionally too into his ex. He's too involved in her daughter's life. He sings to her at night on the phone to put her to sleep like every other night, and he goes to all her doctor's appointments and other regular dad stuff. I can't imagine why any man would be so invested in somebody who is not their real daughter. I used to think it was his charitable side, but this is way too much. He spent all day at the hospital when she broke her arm and has a picture of her with her cast on his wallpaper on his phone. I'm in love with him, but I can't compete with her. She is everything to him. This is my first time being so in love with anybody, and I think I'm not enough. At first it was cute and endearing, but now I feel like total second fiddle to this little girl, and I feel horrible for trying to compete with her. On a side note, we've been together for months now, and I still don't know why he spends so much time and money on children's charities. I ask him and he gives vague answers. I think that there is something deeper going on with him, because it's just not normal for somebody to do all that he does. My mom agrees that something is up with him, but that he just doesn't trust me enough to tell me. I wish I knew how to get him to open up. I don't know how to ask the right questions. I know he was raised by a single mom, but so are a lot of people. I fall in love with him all over again when I see him interact with his ex's daughter, but it does make me feel less important. Just my luck that my dream man has more important things in mind than me. I also feel like a spoiled brat for ranting about this. I am a little conflicted that way. My mom always points that out. Update, 12 days later. For some time now my mom has thought it was weird that my boyfriend spent too much time and money with children's charities and not enough time with me. He also spends a lot of time with a little girl who is not his daughter. She sometimes calls him dad even though she knows he's not, and most of the time she just calls him Elliot. The next thing I know, my boyfriend calls me and tells me that he despises my mother and he would rather never ever see her again. Then he tells me that he's moving on without me. One of his friends at the police department tipped him off that my mom had called to tell them he might be a child lover and that she was worried about the little girl he spends time with. I thought these things were supposed to be kept private, but somebody told him, and they told him who accused him. She even said she asked to be kept anonymous. I asked my mom 20 times and she denied it every time. Then I called one of her friends and told her that my mom told me what she had done. This lady immediately goes on to tell me how my mom did the right thing, and apparently she has been talking to everybody about it, like all her friends. When I finally called her to tell her that her friend ratted her out, she fessed up to it. The cops told her there is nothing to back up her claims. He's involved with 2 children's charities that are run by the police department as an administrator. He organizes an auction and does budgeting stuff, which is similar to what he does for a living. The other 2 charities involved gathering gifts every Christmas for children in foster care and delivers them to a warehouse. He teams up with an ex-girlfriend for this one, which is the only weird part. Then he donates money to a middle school for music instruments every year, but again he just writes a check and they invite him to show up to some of the performances and to get an award plaque. But he has zero actual contact with children in any of the charities. The only girl he has contact with is his ex-girlfriend's daughter. Okay, so the cops are kind of friends of his now, and my mom said that they were very threatening to her when she accused him the second time and every time thereafter, because she was insisting they are not doing enough to investigate him. I told Elliot that I had nothing to do with my mom and he didn't even listen. He just told me that he's just not going to do this. I feel like the rug has been pulled from under me. I don't see how this is my fault. This is the one guy that I have really loved and that I want to spend my whole life with. But my mom is also not backing off at this point. It has become like she's on a mission and it's only making things worse.